Okay, today is Sunday, December the 5th, 2021. And right now at 10:30 p.m., we have a temperature of 59 degrees here in the foothills of Los Angeles. And the barometric pressure is 29.89 inches. We don't have, our weather station needs some service. And so we don't have the relative humidity and dew points right at the moment. But at any rate, we're looking here at the water vapor map for the East Pacific region here, and we see that we're actually watching right here the cause of why there's no rain in California. We've had zero rain for November, not a drop of rain in Southern California for the entire month. And we see the reason why. This area of high pressure, this is installed high pressure, this is satellite generated high pressure. We can see that we've got this is actually a surface right down here. We've got a surface to upper level low right down in this area, actually right here. And we'll see that on the pressure maps here in just a sec. This is jet stream flow. We've got installed high pressure. This has been here literally for months. It just moves a little bit to the south and back to the north, but here we see that's the center of the high right there. And look at all of this flow, and it's beginning to push this jet stream flow and this moisture, which we can see diving down now through northern and central California. And I think what we're going to see tomorrow morning, Southern Californians will probably see a sky full of these chemtrail aerosols. Certainly the people in northern and central California will see the specially equipped jets up spraying the skies. If we look at the if we take a look at the Doppler map for the Hawaiian Islands, we can actually see right here that the islands are getting some thunderstorms. The Big Island, which has two 14,000-foot peaks, had a blizzard warning over the weekend. And that would be Mauna Kea, I believe it is, and Mauna Loa. Those two giant peaks on this mountain are getting snow, and that was the forecast. But getting back here to the water vapor map, once again, this installed area of high pressure is what's causing the drought here, prolonging the drought conditions in the state of California. And we see that this jet stream flow is starting to dive down a little bit through the state. So certainly Northern California and Central California, you're going to see those jets up spraying. If we go back to that Doppler map and zoom out, and we can see the continental U.S. right here, and there is nothing happening in anywhere in California. We see that up in the Washington and Oregon area, we see that there is some rain. This jet stream is moving right down through Washington and Oregon. And here just a few days ago, when I did the last video, we were having jet stream flow right into California, but yet not a drop of rain. Of course, the reason for that was that these specially equipped jets were up spraying the hell out of us with these chemtrail aerosols. So carbon dioxide has nothing to do, no connection at all to this nefarious weather activity that we're seeing on these maps. Carbon dioxide is not causing this installed area of stationary high pressure. That's done with a satellite transmitter from space. Could be the space station, the International Space Station is probably involved. They've got the solar panels, they have the power capability. Certainly they have enough room for high power laser equipment and microwave. Now if we look at this is the long wave IR map, we see the same situation. We've got a low here, we've got a low right up here. This is a surface to upper level low right here, and none of this is getting into California. And it's interesting to note too that during the 4 years when President Trump served in the White House, we had a lot of rain every year, way above average rain, substantially above average rain in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. That's interesting to note. Now we have basically a shill in there who was installed. And now we're back to where we were back in 2012, 13, 14, and 15, where we can't get rain no matter what. And that's what we're seeing here. But the water vapor map really is the telltale. We can see just some really obvious activity going on here. This has been here for months in one form or another, just stationary high pressure. It never leaves. And if we look at the, let's look at the surface analysis map. This is really amazing. Look at this. There's actually 7 high pressure centers here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the lows that I was just showing you, the big dark area out in the East Pacific. And we've got 2 lows here, gale force low there, and these are all having to steer around this installed high pressure. And then we have this, this is a surface low all the way up to the 300 millibar level, closed low all the way up to the 300 millibar level, just west of the islands there. You see that, and it's going west. This is going to move to the west-northwest. So this is really quite astonishing. And again, I say to the people out there that still watch mainstream news and mainstream weather reports, if you're still doing that, send some email and you know, letters to your local weatherman or weatherwoman, and ask them what the hell is going on with these satellite maps, and why, how come people don't show us the satellite maps? And what's this dark area that's always here? And why doesn't this water vapor ever get into California? And those are questions that these people ought to see and ought to try to answer. Of course, they probably won't, but at least if they receive the mail, they'll know that more of us are onto their complicity in this global criminal weather manipulation operation. Let's take a look at the 500 millibar map. We can see that closed low just to the west of the islands right here, and all this weather should be moving generally to the east. We're in the northern hemisphere, and so most of the weather above the equator is always moving to the east. So this is a closed low, and then if you look at the 300 millibar map, pressure map, we see the same closed low right there. And high pressure is just installed here all the time. It's just always there. And there it is once again on the surface map. These highs are strategically placed to prevent and to steer moisture to certain places. And a big connection, tying this all together, connecting all the dots, we have to look at the Wall Street connection, the weather options and derivatives markets on Wall Street, where insiders are betting on the weather. And that's what's happening here, folks. You just follow the money. And of course, the mainstream media, we know what they're about. I think most of us that have an IQ over 75 are able to connect the dots. We know that the mainstream media is connected directly with Wall Street and a few other operations going on right now. They're forcing people to do things they don't want to do. You can connect those dots. Okay. Let's take a look around at the rest of the country. We see a lot of thunderstorms through the Midwest and out towards the east up into New York, upstate New York. See a lot of weather out on the East Coast. New York area is getting rain. Down in New Jersey, we see some thunderstorms. So this is just a short video showing the truth about what's going on here. This installed area of high pressure has nothing to do with carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases or cars on the road, you know, generating smog. None of that has anything to do with what we're seeing on these maps. And by the way, electric cars, if everybody was driving electric cars, do you realize that it would require more fuel oil, more gasoline, or rather, you know, natural gas, fuel oil, or perhaps nuclear energy to generate the additional power necessary to generate that electrical power for these cars. So power plants we'd have to build more power plants, either burning coal or natural gas or fuel oil to provide enough electrical power to charge up these cars. Right now, we're just buying the gas and putting it in the cars, or buying the diesel and putting it in the trucks. But if we go the long route, in order to try to save save air quality and all this, you're still having to generate that electricity somehow. And then, of course, most of the people on certain political persuasions, they don't like nuclear power. That would be the cleanest and most efficient way to generate power for an entirely national electrical car fleet. If everybody was forced to buy an electric car, there's no way that the current grid could provide for all that power and megawatts. It would severely drag down the power grid. So that's just something to think about. They don't tell you that when they're marketing this new green BS deal. It's going to require a lot more oil or coal or natural gas to generate the electricity, which then has to travel over power lines and through step up and step down transformers until it gets to your AC socket at home. Something to think about. There are losses from the power generating plant all the way to your home AC outlet. And so if you put a gallon of gas or a gallon of oil or a gallon of natural gas into that power generator, it's going to be worth about between 25 and 33% on the output at your AC outlet because of all the losses in transmission lines, transforming the energy, step up and step down converters, transformers, all that. Plus you have the electronics in the car itself that regulate and manage the power and all that. So you've got losses everywhere. And so it's not nearly as efficient. Okay, so I hope that makes some sense. Anyway, that's it for tonight. And we'll try to get another update real soon. And hopefully, by the way, there's no rain in the 10-day. There was a couple of teaser forecasts yesterday and the day before, forecasting some rain for Tuesday and Thursday. Those are now vanished. There's no rain. And we see why right here. People need to start reporting this stuff, what's going on right there. Okay, that's it.